Hi, happy Friday. This is a reading for the last week of July and an overview of the energy for the month of August. And let's set the stage for what we're dealing with here. We've been dealing with many months now of letting go energy. It's realignment energy. The whole planet is realigning and moving into a new reality. And we're all facing losses of some sort, whether it's a loss of friendship, a loss of money, a loss of ideas, a loss of points of view. We're shifting away from old realities, old paradigms, old points of view. Okay, so that has really set the stage for this really quite bumpy July that we've had. And certainly there's plenty of astrological aspects that explain away why it's been so bumpy and sluggish and stops and starts and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, it's realignment, and it's just what we have to go to through when we're transitioning. You know, we've been in a place and we know we're going somewhere, but we're still in that in-between interim type of place. Well, as you hit the last week of July, that energy is really going to shift a lot. It isn't that we're not still having some moments where we're feeling squeezed and we keep bumping up against things, but overall, everything is going to feel faster. All of a sudden, boom, you feel like you've been waiting for 3 months, and all of a sudden, whoosh, everything happens in the last week of the month. So expect the last week of July to be fast, to be active, and to really set the stage for what's happening in August. I'm calling August the manifestation month, and I'm doing that because of all the remaining months in 2020, August has the most space consistently. There's space in the end of November, and there's space in parts of December, and a little bit in September. September feels very compact, but in August, there's space, there's room. We can really stretch your arms out, and at your creative projects and things you try, you're not hitting up against as many roadblocks, as many barriers. The other piece to this is, we're such creatures of habit. We're so adaptable, excuse me, as human beings. We're adapting to all the impositions and impediments that are being imposed upon us at this time. And I think we're just getting on board. I think that in general, there's been a lot of waiting energy about, well, what's going to happen? Let's wait and see. Let's not do anything too dramatic until we find out what. That mentality is really starting to go away. And the mentality is changing to, okay, what do I need to do so that I can go out in the world? What do I need to do so that I can expand my business? What do I need to do so that I can bring love into my life? Or whatever the issue is, it moves into problem solving rather than wait and see. And whatever we have to do to be able to begin to move forward, we're going to do. That's just the nature of the beast right now. So back to the spacious energy of August and why I call it the manifestation month. Whenever there's space, there's room for things to come in. And so here we've been doing all this letting go, detaching from ideas of how we think things should be or how we want things to be, or ideas and beliefs that no longer serve us. And so as we've been clearing that space through all the letting go we've been doing, we've made a lot of room. And so come August, if you've been waiting for a job, you're going to get a job. If you've been trying to connect with an employer, you're going to connect. If there's been a specific job you've been looking at, it's going to come through in August. You're going to have that opening. If you're looking for love, if you've been at it, online dating apps or however you do it, you're going to bump into somebody. As long as you're showing up, you're being present, you're doing you, it's going to happen for you. Things are just going to be moving. That's just how it goes. And with all this space, if you continue the diligent work efforts you've been doing and the mindset you've been developing over the last few months, things are going to go great for you in August. So it's also a really good time to take a trip. I know international travel might be a little wonky depending upon which country you're trying to go to and if they're allowing Americans in, but it's still a good time to travel, a really good time to separate from the, let's just call it oppression, of being quarantined and all the constraints we've fallen under and all the fear that's been thrown at us through the media and the government. It's a good time to create a space for yourself, a little island of your own where you can be free of those constraints and have something different come into your awareness and stimulate your sensibilities. So if you're looking to take a trip, I do it in August. It isn't that you won't be able to at other times during the year. It's just when I look at the overall energy pattern of the month of August, it has the most clear space. You got the most runway. You got the most open space to work with. You're going to have the fewest impediments. So I'm liking August a lot. And of course, it's never just a one size fits all. Life is happening. But even if challenges come about, you're going to find they resolve easier. So cool. I'm liking August. Now, just a couple things. I'll be doing further updates and things like that. But as we get into September, it's very compact. Lots of probably because we're trying to navigate schools, college, high schools. How are we going to deal with all these children and people who have to go to work and their kids are home, right? And homeschooling. We're going to have to, that's probably going to be rather complex for a lot of people. Also, the best news is I've already been reading studies about successful COVID immunization trials. So the good news about that, whether or not you're going to get vaccinated or not, is that the trauma that's happened to culture and the planet around this COVID situation is more detrimental than COVID itself, in my opinion. So energetically, once we start hearing about these successful trials and the numbers increase, and we're seeing the studies just continue to bear out that we have an answer, and that begins to permeate our mindset, I think the collective will begin to exhale. I'm like, okay, well, this thing really will be over by March or April or next year. Okay, it's on the horizon. I can just keep it together. And I think that mentality will really help the last couple of months of the year. Okay, so expect things to speed up next week fast, and expect August to just be one of the best months of the year. So enjoy it. And I'll give you further updates next week, okay? All right, have a great weekend. Love you. Take care.